the Octagon interview right after KOing Dominic Cruz on the second round at 4 minutes and 58 seconds, Cejudo hit the public with a right hand that left us disorientated, like those that daze you and you need a couple of seconds to recover. A shocking, unexpected, and out of left field revelation. Triple C announced his retirement despite being young, on top of the sport, and just defeated 4 legends in his last 4 fights. According to the retiree, one of the reasons that motivated him to take this decision are being happy with his career. He feels that he has done enough for the sport. He wants to enjoy his life with his girlfriend and start a family, which means have kids. And last but not least, he does not want no one to take his accomplishments from him by beating him. He does not want to live like the others that keep getting KO'd left and right, like Chuck Liddell, and still want to keep going. I found it hard to believe that he will give up the glory, fame, fans, money, and competition for a daddy's life. I started raising my eyebrows and getting increasingly skeptical. Triple C is not a fighter whose career is plagued with debilitating injury. Sure, he just came off a shoulder surgery. It's not even close to the level of Cruz's injuries. So it appears that injuries is not the reason for retiring. I'm not the only one skeptical. Bones also was immediately skeptical and treated right away. Look, a family life requires money. It's not cheap to raise kids and have a comfortable life if you don't earn enough. He will have 20 years in front of him to raise his kids and a lifetime for him and his wife. He will need a successful investment and serious money to survive all those years. Just to put things in perspective, on this card Cejudo made $350,000 for this fight as a champion defending his belt. KG, that is not a champion, made the same. Cruz made $50,000 less than him while not being a champion. And Tony made $500,000. Also, he's not a champion. Also, when he fought Rosenstrike, he earned $865,000. He was not a champion, plus he lost. All of this is to say that he is not a high earner to leave the sport, and the money he earned will not be enough until he is 80 or 90. Being in real estate as a small fish, he will not make $350,000 multiple times a year. Cejudo always forgets to mention an important information. He often forgets to mention he has got an Olympic gold medal. Did I forget to mention that to you guys? Well, I'm sorry, he has got an Olympic gold medal. Apparently, he also forgot to mention that the reason he announced his retirement has to do with money, dollar bills. He is doing the greenback bogey. Just like Jones suspected, I believe the reasons listed are not the real reason for his retirement. It is a negotiation ploy. After he beat Marlon Moraes and became 2 divisions champion, he tried to get a raise from the UFC and the outcome did not please him. The end of negotiation was not satisfactory. The number of belts does not entirely explain the amount of money you make. It is all about your value, the money you can generate, the pay-per-view you can sell. The next step is to show his power, get the public on his side and beg for his return. To accomplish this, he relied on Usman and Khabib to support him and spread the message. Cejudo announced his retirement, expecting that if he instills the feeling of his loss, he will be talked about. The fans will lament his young retirement and make assumptions about what he could have accomplished and then beg for his return. And maybe this will increase his stock or his value. Dana will cave in and give him more money. In UFC 167, when GSP decided to walk away from the sport following a controversial win over Hendricks, Dana became furious about GSP deciding to walk away because he realized that he would lose the biggest pay-per-view seller at the time.
He's the biggest pay-per-view star on the fucking planet for me. George stepped out of the octagon, went straight to an ambulance and straight to the hospital.
He wanted to control the narrative and tell the story that he wants. And to accomplish this, he needed to send GSP to the hospital and prevent him from being in the post-fight press conference.
Will you try to convince him to come back sooner than later?
You bet your ass I will, my friend. You don't just say, hey, I'm going to take a while off and maybe I'll be back, maybe I won't. You owe it to the fans, you owe it to that belt, you owe it to this company, and you owe it to Johnny Hendricks to give him that opportunity to fight again. There's no, hey, listen, I'm going to go on a cruise and, I'm going to be gone for 2 years and, I'm going to take a hiatus. I'm going to take a leave of absence. I'm going to, whatever the hell it was that he was saying, that's not how it works. It doesn't work that way.
Dana quickly learned A fight contract is different from the others. You cannot compel someone to fight. It involves a high risk for his mental and physical health.
Could I pose that same question to Dana? Did you think 48-47 Hendricks was appropriate?
I gave George St. Pierre the third round.
Just one round. And could I ask George, since he just arrived, George, did you think that the two judges that gave you the fight 48-47, was that a fair representation to you, or did you think you won more than 3 rounds?
I thought I won 3 rounds.
It's impossible to enforce the contract in those terms. It is not the same as a contract where you are forcing someone to write a report in a desk job. Dana learned this since then and had to change his tactics. He adapted, he improved, he refined his approach. The head honcho has a main experience in this arena. More than 2 decades, he dealt with tens of thousands of fighters' contracts. Not to mention that he is an avid amateur poker player. Lito Cejudo is a baby in this arena. He is not an Olympic gold medalist at this game. In front of the television while announcing his retirement, Uncle Dana kept his composure. I believe he was bluffing. He knows they are just playing a game of contract negotiation. He gave him thumbs up. At this moment, if Dana was being interviewed, I believe he would have said, "Thanks for the cheese and bringing excitement to this division. I'll catch you later." The game was on. On the second round, they moved to the press conference. Uncle Dana was ready for the second round. He was asked about the retirement. He didn't even flinch or force Triple C to stay and defend the belt just like he did with GSP. Quite the opposite.
The retirement take you by surprise? I mean, did you have any inkling that maybe that was coming?
Yeah, he's been talking about retirement to us for the past several months. I didn't know he was going to do it tonight, but I knew he's been talking about it. And my opinion on that. If you start talking about retirement in this business, it's probably a good idea.
He doubled down. He expanded on who will fight next for the title and even managed to put the pressure on the Olympic champion by suggesting the next fight will be set up soon.
Now you've got to figure out what to do with the title. I know that you probably want to mull it over a little bit, but are there any initial leanings on what you would do? You got Sterling and Jan saying maybe they should fight for the title.
It's Peter, Jan, and somebody. We'll get that figured out too. We'll make a title fight next week for the vacant title and probably do that fight as soon as possible.
Cejudo came and started the second round well by keeping a poker face and doubling down, staying on the mission. I started to think Triple C might very well convince the fans by creating the feeling of loss and scarcity and gain more value. However, he is not that experienced in this arena. He could not keep it up and he revealed his sons. He dropped the ball when he was asked about the money, if Dana sweetens the deal, if he would come back.
Is there anything that would make you reconsider? I mean, if Dana comes to you and says, "Wait a minute, let's fatten up this check a little bit. All the cringe is working. People are buying into the king of cringe. We need you around."
Yeah, he knows the number. He knows the number.
He's a rookie at poker face. He did not stop there. He kept throwing the jab and not bringing the hand back to his face. Triple C texted Cormier and once again revealed his sons completely.
Bro, I talked to him yesterday. He actually texted me in the morning. What did you think of me retiring, DC? I was like, what did you do? I said, I thought he's not doing this again.
We just look under his dress. He does now have nothing else to hide. The truth is out. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next video.